Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Stephen here. We're doing something a little bit different today. We, up to this point, obviously have been focused mainly on unboxing, as I've been trying to sort of clear through the backlog in my garage and sort of get things tidied up, or the Lego room rather. But obviously I'm well beyond that in real time. I have been recording for probably a couple of months actually, and I've sort of been stockpiling the unboxing videos, which I'm just drip feeding bit by bit. In the meantime, I've obviously progressed things a little bit. I've been working in the Lego room, sort of tidying, clearing stuff out. Just having a wee look at what I have in my collection and having a wee think about layout and stuff as well. And that'll obviously all sort of come to the fore in future videos. But I kind of, it's a lovely day here today, and I've had a little bit of spare time, and I had a couple of tables in storage, which I sort of brought out and have been cleaning up. And I thought, you know what, I know it's out of sequence, but I'm gonna just mix content up a wee bit, and we'll have we look at sort of starting, not the layouts per se, but sort of starting creating a little bit of space that I can begin building on. It won't be the final solution, but it'll be a nice temporary solution that I can sort of get working on for now, and then it'll give me a little bit of space to hide things underneath and to get working on top of the table. So as I said, I was cleaning up a couple of tables. What I have as well, I don't know if you can see them there, but those cream panels they're actually doors from kitchen cabinets. I think they're 2150 by 495 mil. So my intention is to use the tables as sort of almost like legs, and I'll put those panels side by side on top, and it'll give me a couple of square meters then to work with. And it'll just let me sort of mix the channel up a wee bit, mix the content up a wee bit, and actually sort of get progressing a wee bit with maybe creating some of the layout, which I can then transfer to the proper tables whenever I get there. Obviously, like I said, this is a wee bit out of sequence. I will try and be reasonably discreet because there's a lot of stuff lying around which you won't have seen yet through the unboxing videos. So I'll try not to spoil too much, but there might be the odd wee thing slip in. But I'm going to crack on here anyway. I'll get these tables cleaned up, built, and up into the room, and we'll pick it up from there. Alright folks, so that's the two tables up and sort of in place provisionally. Ignore the mess underneath. That's really just to try and hide some stuff that is in underneath here that I haven't sort of revealed yet through other videos. For what it's worth, these are called Lerham tables. They're 75 centimeters by 74, the tabletop, and then they're about 74 centimeters tall. Now I don't believe they're available any longer from IKEA. They're kind of sold as like dining tables, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not sure you can get them anymore. If I can find any details on them, I will link it down below. But that's just really just in case anyone's interested in what tables these are that I'm using. I obviously, and I know you saw me sort of quickly putting them together in the little time lapse video. I did tighten the bolts and the nuts, with a spanner sort of off camera, so they're good and sturdy, as you can see. So yes, they're in place here anyway. Now this is not how it's going to be. So like I said, they're approximately 75 centimeters each, so roughly 150 odd in total. But the tops that I'm going to put on, the sort of kitchen doors that I showed in the intro, they're obviously going to be quite a bit longer. They are 2 meters longer, so I need to shift a load of stuff here out of the way, and then I can spread these tables apart so that they're sitting at either end and get the tabletops down. So this is actually going to take up a lot more space than just this little corner here. So but I just want to show the tables in place anyway, show that they've been built. Yeah, I'm going to crack on now, getting a few bits and pieces moved, and then I can get the tops in place. Alright folks, there we have it. I've got the two doors up on top of the tables. So you can see that they sit neatly in the corner. Gives me a lovely, nice, big sort of space to work with. It's obviously not perfect. There's a wee bit of sort of bulging here. Well, not bulging, it just sort of sits up a little bit. But again, a wee bit of the weight of the leg will keep that down. And again, you can just see it sort of moving a little bit here. But I think when we get stuff on top of it, it shouldn't be an issue. And if we really need to, I can just wedge a wee bit of cardboard in underneath just to even it all off. We're not perfectly square along the walls, but that's because of the walls. And again, it's not a major issue. The base plates will, for the best part, hide that. I've actually stuck a few base plates on here just for illustration, just to sort of highlight the space. So it is just over 2 meters by just shy of a meter deep, which equates to just under 4 base plates in depth. And then we've got just over 8 in length. So we're talking 32 base plates anyway to play with up here, which will be a nice little starting point. Obviously, as I described previously in the video, I do intend to, or in my intro video, I do intend to bring the table on this side right out, probably another base plate. So this won't necessarily be entirely reflective of how that space is going to be, but it's a lovely wee sort of point to start on. I might also just bring the tables this way a little bit, away from the wall, and might be able to squeeze one more base plate in. I'll just have a little bit of overhang on both ends, and likewise I might pull out a wee bit from that back wall just to eliminate this little bit of overhang here. Those base plates are just there for illustration. As I stated previously, I won't be using base plates as a foundation for my city. I will be building a mills plate, or a form of mills plate. However, I'll be building it on regular plates, like we have here, rather than base plates. I'm also still contemplating a number of things really. Number one, how deep I want to make the mills. Traditionally, it will basically a brick and a plate high. I'm thinking of going maybe 1 or 2 bricks, I don't know yet. Additional, just to give me a little bit more depth to work with, which I think will be most sort of effective in streets and stuff like that for creating maybe like sort of the illusion of a subway or roadworks and things like that. I'm also not sure if I'm going to use the new road plates rather, for my roads, or if I'll go with brick built roads, or if I will do just a tiled road. So I need to play around a wee bit with all of that, but this kind of now gives me the opportunity to do that, which hopefully means by the time we get through all the unboxing videos, I'll have a much better idea of how I'm progressing with things, and we'll be able to sort of move along a little bit quicker. But I will obviously keep you up to date along the way, and obviously I will happily take on feedback as well as to what you think the best approach is. The roads are probably the thing that I'm most sort of considering now. I've got quite a few of the new base plates, road plates, so they obviously would be ready to go. They're probably a little bit more cost effective then than brick built. Tiling, I'm not sure. I haven't really sort of decided on that. I don't know how easy it'll be to create different sort of road sections when you're tiling, and when you're sort of building brick built as well. Yeah, so I've got a wee bit of thinking to do there anyway. Obviously there's also the railway, which has to be factored in as well. So I do need to have a good think about it all. But that's all for another day. Just for now, I'm just happy to have this up here anyway. I'm trying not to sort of draw your attention to any of these sets and stuff sitting here. But yeah, I'm happy to have this here now. Little bit of room for me to work with. I've got storage in underneath, so I can start moving stuff in under there as well. So it clears up a bit more space elsewhere. And yeah, just we have a foundation now, something to build on. I appreciate this probably isn't the most exciting of videos, but it's probably the first video where we're looking more at sort of the layout and the room, and what the channel will become, rather than just going through box and box of sets. So pretty cool to get ourselves into this position that we're actually looking at something now. I have a load of MDF that I have bought, which is all in storage at the minute. So eventually I will be swapping out these tops for the MDF tops, and I will probably get little sort of tables built then, more sort of custom built to suit the space. I plan on getting perhaps Alex units or something like that to go in underneath. I had hoped to use the Alex units actually as the legs of the table, but I'm just worried they're not quite tall enough. They're only about 60 centimeters tall, which is down here, and it's just maybe a wee bit sort of bendy, for reaching over a table and building. So obviously now that we've got the table, we should be able to get creating a little bit, which is awesome. That's kind of what this has all been about for me. So I'm really looking forward to actually getting my sort of layout in place, and just starting to get creative with you know, all the sets and parts and everything that I have. So yeah, really cool to get something here. I'd love it to be a little bit more permanent and to have the whole room kitted out, but baby steps. If you have any sort of ideas with regard the tables, or you have any of the sets that you've seen that you'd love to see built up there, give me a wee shout in the comments. Let me know what you think. But as always, thank you very much for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe for future content. We have a lot more Lego coming up, particularly layout design and building and all sorts, as well as lots more unboxing. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned in for a lot of that. All right, guys, take care.